Golf is meant to be a calm, methodical sport, a place where focus and precision rule the day. Players carefully read greens, measure distances, and execute shots with surgeon-like accuracy. But the truth is, no matter how much control a golfer has over their swing, there's one thing they can't control: the chaos of wildlife. And sometimes, Mother Nature doesn't just make a cameo, she completely hijacks the show. From fearless cats swatting golf balls out of the hole to massive alligators casually strolling across the fairway, these moments are proof that the natural world has zero respect for tournaments, scorecards, or even the game itself. If you've ever wondered what happens when the world's most random animal encounters collide with one of the world's most precise sports, well, buckle up. This is going to be wild. It was supposed to be a normal day on the green. Golfers had their eyes on the prize, lining up putts and reading the slope with quiet determination. But then, out of nowhere, the unlikeliest referee arrived. A cat with absolutely no interest in rules, except for one. No golf ball would be allowed in the hole under its watch. This feline enforcer didn't just interfere once, it became a full-time hazard. Each time a ball rolled toward the cup, the cat would pounce with impeccable timing, smacking it away as though saving the world from some terrible disaster. The players tried to ignore it, but how do you focus on your short game when a ball-thieving cat is patrolling the green like a security guard? Even the crowd couldn't contain their laughter. The players were torn between frustration and amusement. Do you call for a ruling, take a penalty drop, or try to politely negotiate with a cat? The answer, of course, was none of the above. The cat was in charge, and the only real option was to wait for it to get bored, which it didn't. Every putt, every attempt was shut down with absolute authority. That day, golf took a back seat to pure feline dominance. Golfers are used to hazards, sand traps, thick rough, and the occasional tricky water hazard. But one player faced an obstacle that was very much alive. Geese are known for treating golf courses like their personal kingdom, strutting across fairways without a care in the world. Usually they move just in time to let a shot pass. Usually. One unsuspecting golfer teed off, sending the ball flying toward the fairway, only for it to make perfect, unfortunate contact with a goose. The impact was startling, but the goose? It shook it off like an absolute warrior, pausing only to glare at the offender before waddling away as though nothing happened.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Meanwhile, the golfer looked like he'd just committed a crime. The weight of the moment hit him. He hadn't just missed his intended line, he had literally taken out a member of the golf course's resident wildlife. Yet somehow the goose continued about its day, leaving the player to shake off the guilt and focus on making par. Still, you have to wonder if that goose told its friends.
GC match play, but he's not done an awful lot since as the mongoose.
Golf tournaments in South Africa have their own special brand of unpredictability, but no one had mongoose invasion on their tournament bingo card. It started with one, then another, and before anyone could blink, about 20 mongooses marched across the fairway like they owned the place.
Set off across the green. Oh no, don't take
Leave
the ball.
alone.
Don't take the ball.
These weren't aggressive intruders. They didn't steal balls or knock over equipment. Instead, they moved with calm confidence, weaving around bunkers and through the rough as if the course had been designed for them. The golfers froze, clubs in hand, completely powerless. What can you do against an army of small, furry animals with no intention of leaving? Spectators loved it. Phones came out, laughter spread across the crowd, and suddenly, the high-pressure tournament atmosphere turned into a wildlife documentary. Play had to pause, of course. After all, arguing with 20 mongooses isn't exactly part of the rulebook.
I mean, seriously, how are you supposed to concentrate?
Look at the three players there. Just standing on the edge of the green watching. They've forgotten they have to putt.
Is there somebody behind us? Ask them to wait. We're enjoying this.
It is. It's unbelievable.
And that is the best thing to see, I think, in the wild. A family of elephants at water. It is.
Imagine preparing for a critical putt only to have the attention of the entire crowd and yourself completely stolen by a herd of elephants. That's exactly what happened when a family of elephants, including an adorable baby, wandered up to a water hazard mid-tournament.
Family of elephants at water. It is just, it's just, I don't know, 5 or 6. You don't see that very often in the herd, having a little lie down.
Looks like a young one too.
Yes. Oh, Mom, leave me alone. We've had a long walk already today.
Players froze, not out of fear, but out of awe. One by one, clubs lowered to their sides, grips loosening as the competitive tension of the round melted away. Scorecards dangled forgotten from fingers, the ink from their pens drying mid-stroke as if time itself had stalled. Every single pair of eyes was fixed on the living spectacle unfolding before them. The baby elephant, barely taller than a golf cart, stomped into the shallow edge of the water hazard with a splash so loud it echoed across the fairway. Water sprayed in glittering arcs as it spun around, sending ripples across the pond, while 2 full-grown elephants, likely its guardians, stood just behind, statuesque and steady. Every so often, the adults would shift their massive ears and glance at the humans, their calm yet watchful expressions reading almost like a question. And what exactly do you think you're witnessing?
River. Oh, crikey, where's Mum gone?
You can spend 3-4 hours watching these guys around a river or a little dam or lake. It's just...
Nobody moved to take another shot. The game had dissolved into irrelevance, replaced by something infinitely rarer. Even the commentators, usually sharp and ready with statistics, could only manage soft, reverent tones as if afraid to break the spell. For these few minutes, the broadcast wasn't about birdies or bogeys. It was about this unscripted moment of wild beauty, the kind of scene no tournament planner could dream up. The lush fairway, the mirrored water, and these gentle giants transformed the course into their own sanctuary.
Look at Ron, look how close he's getting. Little fox just wants to play.
What are you doing with my golf ball?
Wild animals stealing golf balls isn't new, but this baby fox took it to an entirely new level of charm. In the middle of a round, as the golfers lined up their shots and the gallery watched in silence, a ball trickled toward the edge of the rough, and without hesitation the fox pounced as if it had been waiting for this moment all day. To the golfers this was theft, to the fox it was pure playtime.
Look at him.
Yeah. Oh no! Isn't that something else?
That is something for National Geographic. That is something for National Geographic.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
The little predator pawed at the ball, gently batting it forward, then circling back to roll it between its paws again. It seemed to study the dimples as if examining some rare find before finally picking it up in its mouth like a hard-earned trophy. Tail held high and steps brisk, it trotted with all the confidence of a champion on parade, completely ignoring the humans who dared to think they had any claim to it. Chasing it was pointless. It wasn't about to give up its new toy, not for anyone.
That's unbelievable.
Little puppy. Look at him. He thinks it's an egg. I guess now that he's been into it, he knows it isn't.
What do you got there?
Bring it here. Bring it here.
Yeah, really. Hey, look at that.
The players couldn't help but break into laughter, even as they realized their score for that hole was effectively gone. The crowd chuckled, cameras clicked, and the commentators abandoned stats for Fox-related jokes. The Fox had made its move, and in that moment, golf was no longer the priority. It was all about the smallest, furriest player on the course, stealing the spotlight one paw step at a time.
Ah, a curious fan there. Coate?
Coate. That's it.
Some wildlife interruptions are chaotic, but others are just casual. In one tournament, a group of coaties, small raccoon-like creatures, wandered onto the course as though they were on a lazy afternoon stroll. They didn't steal balls, and they didn't run. Just slow, curious movement across the fairway.
Okay.
Cue you.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
There we go.
He's persistent.
They're back in the fairway. They're incredible. Almost looks like a long-tail raccoon, if you will. They're amazing.
I think he's looking for a treat. There they are.
Oh,
the whole family.
There's the rest of the
They're
crew.
back there.
The golfers were helpless. You can't exactly rush a family of wild animals off a golf course, and truth be told, not a single person wanted to try. The unspoken rule of the moment was simple: let them have their time. Cameras clicked in rapid bursts, capturing every curious glance and twitching nose, while spectators let out quiet chuckles. Even the players, usually locked into their pre-shot routines, had to admit this was a welcome, if wholly unexpected, pause in the competition. One moment you're bent over your putt, running yardage numbers in your head. The next, you're standing stock still as a furry stranger plants itself 5 feet away, tilting its head as if silently judging your swing mechanics. In the end, play resumed with a mix of relief and reluctance, but the Coatis had left their mark. They had strolled through the middle of the human game and, for that brief, surreal moment, claimed the course as their own.
At the 10th, Colin Montgomery with his second.
He hit his driver right up against one of the islands in the bunker and no way to go at the green, just trying to get it back into the fairway, and that he does.
During the final round of the 2015 Nature Valley First Tee Open at Pebble Beach, Colin Montgomery faced a bunker shot under calm anticipation from the gallery. His swing was crisp, sending the ball rolling smoothly toward the green, until a western gull took sudden interest. With bold steps, the bird intercepted the moving ball, pecked at it repeatedly, and eventually gripped it in its beak. The stunned crowd watched as the gull took off, carrying Montgomery's ball over the fairway before dropping it directly into the water.
Trying to get it to stop in the fairway.
We might get a little assist to get it to stop. Look at this. Rolling on up to the green.
Laughter erupted as players and spectators tried to process what happened. Montgomery stood bemused, knowing the situation now rested with the rules officials. According to the rules of golf, a bird is an outside agency, and any interference means the ball must be replaced at the spot where it was taken, with no penalty to the player. Officials restored the ball to its original position, allowing Montgomery to resume play, though the moment had completely changed the hole's atmosphere.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
He's taking off.
Montgomery played on, eventually carding a bogey, but the score was irrelevant. The real story was the sight of a championship golfer losing his ball to a gull mid-flight. It was a rare, unscripted scene, part comedy, part chaos, that reminded everyone golf is still played in nature's domain. At Pebble Beach, sometimes it's the wind, the ocean, or in this case, a determined gull that truly steals the show.
Talk about at the Women's Australian Open, and it wasn't birdies.
Oh, and here's some interested spectators.
They're late for lunch. They're rushing off.
In Australia, you expect to see kangaroos, but maybe not an entire mob acting like they're ticket-holding spectators at a golf tournament. During one round, a group of kangaroos gathered along the fairway, watching the players with what looked like genuine interest.
They're late for lunch. They're rushing off for it.
First round play was interrupted after the mob of kangaroos invaded the fairway in Canberra. Golfers had their concentration tested.
Some stood completely still, their heads turning to follow each shot. Others casually hopped across the course, ignoring the fact that professional golfers were trying to play. It was impossible to move them along. After all, you don't shoo away a 6-foot-tall kangaroo. The scene was so surreal that even the players laughed. It wasn't just a gallery, it was the most Australian gallery possible.
Oh, I'm going to get my camera, but I'm closing the door. Yeah.
Florida golfers are used to the occasional gator sighting, but this one was different. This was a 15-foot behemoth strolling across the fairway with the slow confidence of something that knows it's at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's like a bacon bit too.
Nobody moved. Nobody breathed too hard. You don't tell an alligator to hurry up. It ambled toward the water, completely ignoring the humans before finally slipping into the lake. Play resumed only after it was well out of sight, but let's be honest, once a prehistoric reptile wanders across your course, golf feels a little less important. Wildlife doesn't care about your score. It doesn't care about your swing, your putting technique, or your tournament nerves. But maybe that's part of what makes these moments so special. They remind us that golf might be about precision, but the world around it is beautifully, wonderfully unpredictable.